This is ArcherViz, a network analysis platform built on top of public data, currently US Treasury sanctions data. And the tool is for human rights activists, researchers, and journalists throughout the world. I'm going to search Dan Gertler, who is a known human rights violator, and I'm able to view kind of his information, find out more about his location, his date of birth, place of birth, all information provided by the US government in order to prevent this guy from funneling money through the international financial system. I can see all the companies that he owns, all the documents that he has, and I can also add him to the graph. So here I've added him to the graph. I'm immediately going to pin all the nodes in place, and I can kind of hover over Dan to see all of his connections. I can focus on one particular set of connections by just like hovering over multiple nodes. I can also click on other people related to him to see more information about them, and I can expand their connections as well. It's extremely important to be able to do this because these companies often form fairly complicated corporate webs, and being able to see secondary and tertiary connections is important for discovering patterns that I otherwise wouldn't have discovered. Here you can see in the middle, there's a fairly complicated web going on here. Now I'm going to do like a freeform select of a bunch of nodes to be able to remove them as well from the graph if I don't need them. Finally, I'm able to kind of share the network. I'm able to get a link and share this with other community members. If I open this up in another tab, I see kind of a embedded graph version of what I was working on next to my title and my text. I'm able to view it in the platform and kind of work off of exactly where someone else started. And this is really important for the growing community of open source researchers and investigators that are operating out there, holding violators of war crimes accountable.